podcast from the grassroots, connecting people and sharing ideas.
Hi, this is Arlene. Together with me are two guests that we have spoken before a couple of months ago. This is regarding on GST and its prospect. As you know, GST will be one of the highlights in terms of discussing on the budget 2015. With me is Bryan Liu, GST Project Coordinator from Cheng and Co, as well as Jack Wong, Senior GST Advisors. Both of them have given their views in the past. Now is an update on what we can expect from GST. And for those who just knew about GST, after it has been such a hot news for quite some time, they will start with explaining what is GST first, for those who haven't heard of it or maybe not aware that it will somehow impact their lives. So Bryan Liu and Jack Wong, welcome to the studio.
Yeah, hi, morning.
Hi, morning. I'm Jack.
Yeah, very early in the morning talking about GST. That's a very heavy topic. So to start off, let's talk about GST for those laymen who don't understand. If you want to put it in a layman's word, what exactly GST and how it will somehow affect our daily routines or daily lives?
Okay. GST is actually a form of consumption tax. So you consume, then only you pay. So for those people, they don't consume, they don't pay. And then the other hand is GST also, we're saying that it is broad-based and also multi-stage level. So it covers almost all the industries.
You want to add on something?
Yeah, I mean, to simplify it all, everyone is a consumer. Okay, so none of us is not consumer, so everyone needs to pay. So I can say that even right now, before GST, we don't really, we did pay like service tax. Okay, when you go to McDonald's, okay, there will be service charge and then there's another service tax. Okay, and then some of the products actually have sales tax. Okay, but it's not multi-stage. It's not every stage that you need to pay. But when GST comes,
so only at the downstream part.
Yeah, the end consumers will be badly affected because everyone who consume, let's say I buy a bar of chocolate. Right now, you don't really see the sales tax over there. But in the future, after the 1st of April, then you buy a bar of chocolate. There will be like maybe the bar of chocolate maybe cost you about 10 ringgit. Then 10 ringgit plus 6%, the GST. The GST is good and services tax. Okay, some of them actually like mistaken it to be government service tax. It's not. Okay, so when 10 ringgit plus the 6% will be 10 ringgit 60 cents. Okay, then they need to pay. Okay, so I can see that when GST comes, everyone need to fork out more money just to spend. I'm not sure whether you would discourage them to spend.
But it is only 6% when you buy a bar of chocolate. But what is other hidden costs that GST will implicate?
Oh yeah, if you talk about hidden costs, of course there'll be a lot lah. Okay, because it's multi-stage. Then maybe I just give a sample. Okay, let's say I sell chickens, live chickens. Okay, so from the time I bought the chicks, okay, the chicklets, then I need to breed them. Okay, then the kandang ayam also I rent. Then the rental also 6%. Then how about the chicken food? The chicken food also 6% because it's not exempted. So, and then when the chicks becomes chickens, a bit bigger, then I want to sell it off. Then let's say maybe Jack is the trader, I need to sell to her. Then I need transportation. Transportation is also 6% because it's not public transportation. I need to hire a lorry or something like that. Then the lorry transportation will actually charge me 6%. Then from the kandang to the chicken food and then to the public transport, to the transportation, sent to the Jack as a trader. Then all in all, but chicken is actually zero rated. So in the end, the cost from all these things that I already incurred my output tax of 6%, will actually be the cost of, right now I sell the chicken maybe at 20 ringgit. Then in the future when the GST comes, maybe all the cost is actually to me is about 23 or 24. Then I sell to her. Of course, the selling price will be much more higher. I can say like that.
So why the government is embarking on this, even though it knew it will create a higher cost of living in already a high cost of living of Malaysian population?
I think the main reason, the main objective from the government want to implement GST is because is to diversify and then also to stabilize the revenue base of our government. Meanwhile, actually half of the revenue is actually come from this income taxes. And
half of the government's revenue is from income tax.
It's from the income tax, yes. So
and the other half, the rest usually
is from the other taxes, the other indirect taxes.
Like corporate tax and all. And
corporate tax is also one of the income tax.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this half of revenue, and 1/3 is actually contributed by this petroleum taxes. So our government rely very heavy on this category. That's why now with the implementation of GST is actually to stabilize it.
With the with the reduction in subsidies, where the government will save about more than 21 billion ringgit, would that not be enough for the government to have an increase in revenue without increasing the GST?
Whether enough or not, we will need to see the upcoming budget.
So to diversify is one thing. So what about implementing this? Since GST is very new in Malaysia, of course we have the sales tax, which is very much a simplified version, I would say, if you want to say in the layman's perspective. It's a very simplified version of getting money out of what you consume. But for GST, what kind of stages that will be involved and how the government is implementing this?
As what I said, it is cover almost every industries. That's the example that given by Bryan just now. So from a material supplier up to probably the retailer, and every level you are subject to taxes and you are need to account for the tax.
But companies are also quite new in the idea of GST. How are they able to recalculate everything, to add the 6% of everything of their production? How the government is ensuring all companies will be abiding to this GST?
This is actually a challenge for the government on how to educate the public and also how to educate the business in terms of this GST knowledge. So that is where also we are actively providing trainings to the public and also to our clients on on the education to them on some GST concepts and some GST knowledge and of course the law compliance as well.
So when this training and advising of GST started in Malaysia, because you guys are also part of the advisors and coordinators for GST.
Actually, all the trainings. Okay, maybe I'll just recap from because the questions that you actually posed to us before coming to this. Okay, if you ask me about the why suddenly during the budget 2013, the budget 2014 announcement of the budget, announcement of the GST. I think it all comes back to the budget 2013, whereby the 2013 the budget was a short-term measure under the ETP, the Economic Transformation Programs, and because they want to move the nation towards achieving the vision of a high-income nation for the Vision 2020. Okay, so I think this one is actually I want to recap is about they provide a lot of the initiatives during the budget 2013, whereby the initiative and tax measures announced are mostly focused on the 12 NKEAs. Okay, then after that we move on to the budget 2014. Okay, so because right now the focal point of the 2014 budget is the announcement of the GST implementation. Okay, the GST implement on the 1st of April 2015. Okay, and the concern about the SMEs to the business owners is whereby I can say that the announcement last year on the 10th, on the October last year, and then up to now, they take only about 7 months just to make it as a law. Okay, and then all the things have been running too fast already. And then right now it's actually a month of October. Then to next year, on the 1st of April, in about 6 months. So the concerns to the SMEs, to the business owners is, okay, the customer want to get this GST. It's a big cash, okay, it's the biggest income ever, okay, if it's ever implemented. Then for the business owners, like right now, the transition period is the most challenging part. Okay, right now they actually given out the 125 million for the 1,000 ringgit rebate for the software. Okay, so the software is actually helping all the SMEs. But I don't think the total.
Sorry, what is it?
The 125 million. Actually, 125 million is only up to this year end. Okay, and then there will be another 25 million, the balance of 150 million. The 25 mil is for next year for all the SMEs to get the rebate of 1,000. Okay, for these softwares. Okay, why these softwares? Because the softwares right now, like UBS or maybe AutoCount or IYOB or whatever, okay, they help the business owners to calculate to compute the GST returns. Okay, to simplify things, I mean the software is actually meant to ease the business owner's life lah. Okay, into calculating the GST.
It's like you downloading an app in your mobile phone.
Yeah, something like that. But
it's actually a form of account software.
Yeah, it's an accounting software whereby right now they are actually using all the accounting the softwares to calculate their own P&L and balance sheet and things like that. Okay, even Cheng actually we also do provide accounting services, but I mean when GST comes, okay, all these things are like almost majority of the business owners their practice is they just close their account maybe once in a year. Okay, don't talk about big corps. I mean, big corps, you want them to close a monthly account, I don't think there's a problem. But for SMEs, we are talking about SMEs. You want to close their account, you want them to close monthly or quarterly. It's a bit challenging.
And the problem is with SMEs, they don't have a clear, complex structure like MNC.
Yes.
Some of them are mums and pups stores where they have been operating for years and they do it based on what their own understanding of accounting. They don't have a proper check and balance like what other big companies would do. So how can they even think of GST when they can't even think of other complex measures of
very easy.
accountancy?
They just need to hire an account clerk or maybe account execs, or maybe they need to find us just to engage the accounting services. But of course, you can hire a person or maybe seek the accountant firm like us, Cheng or whatever they can do. But the cost for that, like let's say they are maybe half a million threshold, okay, and then you want them to hire a fella maybe like 2,000 plus a month. They may not able to do that because it's not practical. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so in the end, they need a software, but they don't know account. Then how to use the software? I mean, to them it's like you give them a fish, but I don't know how to cook. Then for what purpose? Okay, so there are a lot of challenges because we have been conducting training. I mean, just after the announcement of the budget 2014 last year. Then up to now, we have been conducting about 70 over GST trainings already.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. I can say that some should actually even to public, and then we also conduct even to Lions Club and
so that means companies are definitely on the toes when it comes to understanding GST. But what are their major concerns that they tell both of you?
The major concern on their products pricing and also their costings. So they are worried that this GST will increase their cost and also will maybe affect their profit margin.
So businesses also are concerned with whether their business might even gulung tikar, go bankrupt if they don't know how to handle or expect what GST will impact their businesses.
Yes.
Like for currently some of the SME, we will say, probably they are still using this handwriting when they issue the tax invoice. And some of the business don't even have the practice of issuing the invoice, things like that. So maybe next year when the GST comes, this practice they got to change already.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's too soon for the government to announce and table the GST? It's already been passed, right? This year?
Yes.
This year is
a month after the MH370 crash.
Mm-hmm.
Some conspiracy theorists might use this as an excuse that the government is doing something fishy behind. But when this year when in April when the budget, not the budget, the GST was being tabled, what was the response from Member of Parliaments?
Okay, because I'm not a parliamentarian, so
from
it's
an
hard to
outsider's
judge.
point of view.
But I can feel that. I mean, yes, the government is. I believe that the government is very rushed into actually implement the GST. Okay, get everything done just solely for the 1st of April 2015. Okay, but what's the reason behind it? I mean, even the member of parliaments like PR or maybe BN or whatever. Okay, I don't think they able to really like go and bantah and everything lah. Okay.
What is their limitation? Is it in terms of the number of member of parliament or in terms of
I
the
believe
knowledge
the
of
number
GST?
of the number of the parliamentarians there, and the one of the thing is they don't really go and understand the whole the scope and the things about GST. Okay, because GST is not that easy. It's even to us, even to Jack. Okay, even to our
So
company.
understanding MC square
Yeah.
by Albert Einstein.
Yeah, because GST is very complicated. Okay, and I mean complicated in the sense that the mechanism of GST, that one is complicated. Okay, why is it complicated compared to like other countries whereby they don't really have exempted. Okay, but ours we have taxable supply and exempted supply. And then for taxable supply, we have 6% and then 0%.
Yes, correct.
Then from 0% is actually basic necessity and exportations. Then exempted is to like maybe healthcare services, public transportation, and things like that. But if you really look at it, until now, the petrol, last night suddenly high of 20 cents. Oh
Midnight.
My God. Yeah. So
you can see the queue outside the petrol
so
station.
right
I also
now-
want to fit queue in the queue.
You were.
Yeah. So right now, let's say the petrol price assumed until the 1st of April is still 230. Then petrol is actually not exempted nor zero rated. Then when next year, when you go and pump petrol, 230, then you add to net
There will
another
be
6%
another 6%.
GST.
So these are hidden costs
Yeah.
that even though the government promised fixed goods like petrol and also like food like
Yeah.
flour and all that, it will not be under the GST, but these are hidden costs
Yes,
because
yeah, hidden costs.
it's from production until the consumer line.
Yeah.
I want to ask about countries, developed countries that has already implemented GST. It is a way to control consumerism, of course, especially in a developed country like Singapore and other Western countries. But in Malaysia, if there's a rationalization to implement GST besides the government's revenue, do you think having a GST will somehow curb consumerism, but at the same time also increase business revenue? It's kind of like against each other in contradiction.
Yeah, I think there's the Suruhanjaya Persaingan, something like that, and then the Anti-Profiteering Act. Okay, but maybe I'll just give an example. Let's say today I sell a teh tarik, okay, maybe at 1 ringgit. When GST comes, I need to sell maybe at 110. Okay, then Jack is my neighbor, also selling teh tarik, but she's selling at 1 ringgit. Okay, then for consumer, you go to me or you go to Jack?
The
I
cheaper
believe-
ones,
Yeah,
of course.
Then in the end, maybe I'll be gulung tikar already. But the competitiveness, I mean, because when GST comes, even for us, the business owners or whatsoever, they're not sure whether I need to increase my prices. But if I want to increase my prices, to what extent? Okay, so that's why we also provide the services. We also need the advice to them about the pricing strategy. You can't really go and suddenly high until no consumer want to buy from you. So usually I thought like this, if let's say coming next year, if one of the hypermarkets outside, maybe a G brand, okay, they advertise out, hey, today is the GST implementation, but my products the price of my products are still the lowest ever, even when GST comes. So will you go to this G brand or you go to J brand or you go to T brand? Of course you go to G, right? So it's all about pricing.
Yeah.
Because GST, when it comes, it affects the profit margin.
These are areas that actually is a huge headache, not just to the public but also to businesses, which is where you are advising. When it comes to pricing, of course, for the government it's easy. You just increase your price line, GST and everything.
Cannot. Anti-profiteering.
Government also come out with you if you simply increase the price.
That's the thing. And for the public's point of view, of course, the high cost of living. But from the business point of view, you want to price your goods at the exact price that your consumer would buy, your target consumer would buy. Let's say let's say I'm selling a pant. If I price it too highly and I'm not part of that particular market where I'm selling it to the rich, then my target market is unable to access my product, and they would go to other areas where they are able to buy a cheaper version of my, which is similar to the pen that I'm selling. So my point is, how can companies prepare themselves in terms of understanding the value of goods and the value of pricing itself in order for them to be able to maintain their business and maintain their target customers? At the same time, they're able to comply with the GST.
That is where they need to engage us.
That's a simple answer.
That's where they need to engage us.
You can actually provide advice on when GST comes, how you should implement, and then you must understand the impact area. Okay, because a lot of people like doing business right now, they only think that when GST comes, impact the accounting side and things like that. But it's not that. Even all the departments like who issue invoice and then who is actually dealing with stocks and things like that, everyone in the whole company actually affected. Okay, but to me, if you say about like the pants, I want to sell, but I want to reduce my cost. So this is where the competition comes in. Okay, all I can, Cheng right now can advise to you is like, okay, so if let's say I want to still reduce my cost and then I want to maintain the price, perfect price just to sell to my consumer, then right now, let's say I'm dealing with maybe like a trader, then I need to go above him or her, the traders. Then maybe I go to wholesalers. Then if I go to wholesaler, then maybe I have to buy in bulk. If I buy in bulk, then I need to expand my store, my warehouse. If right now I buy from my wholesaler, then maybe I need to get imports.
So you need to focus on individual cases rather than generalization.
Yes.
Like for example, every time there's an increase of oil price, petrol price, you always see your roti china getting smaller and smaller because that's how they maintain the price without losing their customer.
Otherwise, there would be increase of 10 cents, 20 cents. Last time when we go and buy a Milo ice, there will be increase of 20 cents, things like that.
The Milo ice will be more diluted every time there's an increase in oil price. But a GST, okay. The future prospect of budget 2015 besides the GST, you see it in the bigger picture. Would it be, for the rest of 2015, would it benefit Malaysia in a way, or would it be able to prepare Malaysians, regardless it's business or the public, to expect, or to prepare themselves for GST?
Actually, the budget 2015 is the last budget under the 10 Malaysian plans.
It's also the last budget before first the GST implementation.
Before GST implementation also. So
would it be able to prepare Malaysians to, for GST?
For GST, I mean, okay, when GST comes, okay, right now if you see, during about 4 to 5 months ago, they keep saying that there won't be inflation and things like that. I believe you also heard about the news, right? Then suddenly there's one TV interview with Zeti, the Bank Negara. Then it says that inflation confirmed will actually rise. Then it actually contradicts the whole government. Hey, why suddenly like that? But of course, we look back at the history. Inflation sure will rise. Right now it's 3.3%. So we expect the inflation rise, but that the budget 2015 have to address one of the most important thing, whether it will go to recession. Okay, because when price getting expensive and more expensive, okay, then it discourage spending. You don't want to go out and makan one, I think even Prime Minister's wife Rosma also asked that, hey, cook at home. Okay, I mean,
Don't go
you
and eat
can,
outside.
but yeah, then if I cook at home, then everyone actually like eating at home. Then in the end, who's going out to stores, and I mean all the warung all will be gulung tikka already. Okay, so
Yeah,
they
I mean, they
must
are also cari
encourage
makan,
spending.
right?
Yes, they must encourage spending. The 2015 is the, I mean, you can, I mean, if you read the Star today, the
But GST
topping the
will-
chart is the cost of living.
Sorry to interrupt, but GST will only curb spending rather than increase spending. Unless there's
Yes.
some other welfare besides BRIM, of course.
Yes.
Like a program that will increase people to go out and spend more rather than cook
Yes.
at home, for
Yes.
example.
That's why this is actually depends on how the government going to manage all these issues.
So it's not
We call it
just
transitional
yeah.
issues.
So it's a very complex problem, you know. We are only touching the tip of the iceberg. We are not even going deeper. But if they want to go deeper, they have to contact you guys individually.
Yes, definitely. That's why we keep on giving all this GST consultancy to our clients.
Yeah, but I think the SMEs need to, I mean, really go and follow the 10th of October, the budget announcement of 2015. So we also foresee that, I mean, our site, even our tax director, Mr. Lums, also, I mean, we also foresee that there will be like something like increased spending, like maybe through BRIMs, okay, maybe increase in money's, I mean, circulation, maybe print more money or something like that. We are not sure about that, but that will actually circulate all the money around through maybe loans. Right now, I mean, all the banks are very tough to actually lending you loans and things like that. But I foresee that in the coming maybe 3 to 4 months, or maybe by next year, loans will be more easier to get, but interest rate will definitely be higher. But of course, at least
Is it in relation with GST for the interest rate to be higher?
If you because actually the government already approved the interest rate to go up. Okay, if compare last 6 months and currently right now, when you go and purchase a car, the interest loan the for the car actually goes up at least 0.1%. Yeah, so I mean the budget 2015 is whereby they will create more loans, or maybe something like the easier for the SMEs to get grants, to get loans, just to expand their business. If not, I can say that consumer will be the one who actually affected the most and discouraged to curb the spending. I mean, doesn't work lah. You will go to recession if like that.
So consumer don't suffer.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we are at the end of our session.
Oh, okay.
Probably we will continue again next time to discuss more about GST, because it's definitely one of the major concerns
Yes.
Yeah,
of the budget 2015, and of course the future of Malaysia when it comes to economic development. So that's all from today. We will continue again with another speaker on our ABC Dialogue, also talking about budget 2015. Thank you, Bryan
Yeah,
Liu,
no
and
problem.
also Jack Wong, for sharing with us your views. And all the best for GST, advising all these SMEs.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
no
thank
problem.
you, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Bye.